Okay guys, so in today's video we're doing lockdown project number 2. This is the big one. This is the one that I have been waiting for. This is the one that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've never had the time, the space or the materials to be able to actually do it. If you haven't checked out the first project, I will leave a link down below. Basically we wrapped the interior of the M140i. The results were okay. They weren't brilliant, they weren't sort of professional or anything like that, but they'll do for now. Plus there are a couple of other pieces that I wanted to wrap in carbon, but I just don't have the material to do it. In fact, I've got some spare just behind the camera over there. I just need to take these pieces off and work out whether they're going to fit. But I'm going to roll the intro right now, so let's get into it. I'm really excited for this one. Hey up everybody and welcome back to the channel. So as you've just heard from that little bit of an intro there, we're on to lockdown project number 2. This is project number 2 of 3, the third one being small, the first one being small and the second one being relatively big. So of course here in the UK we are all currently on lockdown. I'm currently filming this as of Friday the 3rd of April at around 7 o'clock, so it's getting a bit later on in the day. But what we're going to be doing today is some preparation for the things I'm going to do tomorrow. So this video may be split into 2 or 3 separate videos. It is quite time consuming. Even the things that I've been doing leading up to the point where I am right now have been quite time consuming, so I'll run through them in a couple of minutes. But I'll keep you guys up to date in this video whether it is going to go on to another video or not. But if you are stuck for things to do at home, wrapping is an absolutely brilliant thing that you can do. You can buy all the materials online. So just one thing to note, that if you are thinking about ordering these things off Amazon, be it wrap or materials or anything like that, Amazon has started to put the delivery of non-essential items back to the 23rd or 24th of April. So I actually got the wrap for the interior stuff off of eBay. That came within a couple of days. I'll speak to you about where I got these bits from that are just behind the camera there, that I'll show you in a second, and I'll tell you everything about them, how much it cost and all of that good stuff. So I think that's enough waffling on from me. I'm actually just going to go get the pieces here so I can show you guys what we're doing in 3, 2, 1. So guys, as you can see, I've got some wrap in my left hand, I have some wrap in my right hand. This one's black, this one's white. So what am I going to be doing with these two? So in the last video, and again if you haven't seen it, link down in the description, I was mentioning that I wanted to give the 140i an identity. I wanted it to be noticeable. I wanted something that I could build upon and also do something with. I am wanting to keep this car for a long time, so it didn't scare me in terms of wanting to invest some money into it, and of course all of the time which I invested today already. I just want to give a big shout out to MDP Supplies where I got this wrap from. I'm not being told to say this. All I wanted to do was to get something that came in time for my annual leave at work, so I had time to be able to do this. But as you can see, and as I've already mentioned, I've got black in my left hand, white in my right hand. And the whole point of these project videos is to give you guys some inspiration and things to do whilst you are on lockdown. You might not like what I'm doing, I'm not expecting you to like what I'm doing. I just want to give someone a bit of a creative flair, a bit of a light bulb moment to go and do something, go and get something online, go do something to your car, do something in your house, wrap your kitchen worktop for God's sake, just do something just to keep your mind busy. So just put the wrap out of the shot just to the left over there while I speak to you about what I'm actually doing to my car. So you don't see it all that much here in the UK, you sometimes see it in the US and it's usually done pretty well, and if you see it and it's being done badly, it's usually because the person hasn't done too much preparation. Now I've seen people do this style of stuff in many different shapes and forms, many different shapes, all this different stuff that you can do, but ultimately what it boils down to is the preparation, the dedication, the time spent in actually thinking about what you're wanting to do, and also the creativeness of the person or people doing it. So what I'm doing to my car is I'm wrapping it in an Arctic style camo livery. Now I said I wanted to do something different. This is definitely different. I don't think I've seen another Arctic camo style car for a long time, unless it's been at a show. Now when you buy this wrap, you get it in 1.5 metre by 1 metre squares, and essentially you pay by the metre. So I got 5 metres of white, 5 metres of black, and over the last couple of days I've been doing some preparation. So essentially I've been sat in my living room just over there, cutting them down into metres. Essentially if you bought a singular metre, that's what I've cut them down to, and I've started drawing on them. So on the back I think it's called KPMF air release, so it's the air release technology, so you won't get any bubbles or anything like that. And I've just been sketching out different shapes that I wanted on the car. Some of them are random, some of them are actually made to be in places where I want them to be, if that makes sense. I've taken some inspiration from these cars on screen now. I've got one in the top left, one in the top right, one in the bottom left, one in the bottom right. They're the sort of cars that I've been looking at. Now this wrap is gloss. Of course my car is metallic gloss. I didn't want to get matte wrap. Some people said it adds to the texture. I just think it'll look terrible if I have a matte wrap and a gloss car. So essentially what we're doing in this video, and hopefully, as I say, it might get split down into 2 or 3 different videos, is actually cutting out these shapes. So a lot of people do this a lot of different ways. It's essentially the ultimate DIY thing to your car. If you just wanted to take that 5-meter roll, put it out on somewhere and just start cutting out random shapes and putting them onto your car, then fair play to you, but that's not how I work. I'm a bit OCD about stuff like this. So what I'm going to be doing today is cutting out the individual shapes. Essentially the end product is going to be a pile of shapes of white, a pile of shapes of black. I'm not making them like a jigsaw or anything. I'm just going to mix them all up, and then tomorrow, which is Saturday the 4th of April, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to start wrapping the car. So just behind the camera there is a bit of a cutting board, a bit of a DIY cutting board that I put together. It's made up of a little trowel thing, some clamps, some cardboard which I've used from different stuff that I've been delivered, and essentially I'm going to get these rolls which are just to the left of me here, roll them out as best as I can. I've got a little knife over there somewhere, I can't quite see it at this moment, but then I'm just going to cut them out, put them to the side, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Now this is quite a time consuming process. Even drawing out the patterns took me, the equivalent of 4 or 5 hours or something like that, and essentially I'm going over the work twice, but I want to make sure that what I'm doing is going to be right and I want it to look good, or else I'm going to look like a bit of an idiot and you guys are probably going to laugh at me sat at home. So I've got the usual setup as I did with the interior stuff. So I've got the laptop just down there for some music. I've got some isopropyl alcohol, which I'm not using in today's video, I don't think. That'll be in the next one. I've got the cutting board just over there, we've got a chair over there, we've got a light. Everything we need to get going. I'm probably going to time lapse some of it on this camera here, probably from some sort of angle around me, although I am going to be moving around quite a bit, so I don't know exactly how it's going to work. But if you do like this sort of stuff and you want me to do more, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment down below of what you guys are doing during the UK, US, France, Italy, Spain lockdown, wherever you are in the world. Let me know what you're doing, but let's get in to cutting these shapes. And I don't mean this cutting shapes, I mean actually cutting the shapes.
Whenever I'm with you, I am alright. There's something about the way you make me feel inside. I'm counting down the days till we fly away, heading to the sun, only you and me. Don't wanna waste another day being stuck here in this place. No, I wanna hold your hand in mine, watch the sunset in your eyes. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. To escape, and here we are, driving narrow streets in a rusty car, leading to the sea. Think we're getting close. We should take a pic, baby, strike a pose. I remember every day that I spent right here with you. Yeah, you are the one who makes me feel as good as I do. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa.
Okay, so you joined me on day 2 of actually cutting the vinyl out. Unfortunately my camera died last night, so hopefully you guys saw some of the stuff that I was cutting. I got through 4 meters of the vinyl, so I've got 6 to go. Just down here are the rest of them. Now I just wanted to have a chat with you guys regarding the knife that you're going to use if you are going to do something like this. I'm just going to try and find the blades. So they're the blades that came with it originally. See if we can focus this. There we are. So quite straight blades. They were doing okay. What I was finding that when I was getting to the sort of curved side of it, it just wanted to go straight, which is natural because, you know, it's not meant to be curved. So I actually ended up putting a bit of a different blade on the knife, and I'm not going to try and get it to focus again, but you can see here it's just slightly different shape. This one's much better for going around the curves, and I think the first couple of sheets took me a while to get done. I think I was at it from about 7 until maybe half 11, something like that, 11:15. The first couple of sheets definitely took me a lot longer, and then I just started to become a bit more natural at it. I just started to get more confident, and that's when it sped up essentially. So I'm only expecting the rest of these sheets to take around 2 or 3 hours, and then I'm going to head outside and pop them on the car. I will come to you guys once they have all been done, and my light's just gone out, fantastic. I'll come to you guys once they've all been done. We'll have a look at some of the shapes. Hopefully you've seen them on the sort of time-lapse footage that I've put up. I will probably end it after that video, and then I'll carry on a new video when we go to install it, and we'll get it all done in a similar fashion in terms of a time lapse. I'll let you guys know exactly what it's like to actually put it onto the car, what you need to do, what you need to be able to do it. I cleaned my car yesterday. I actually cleaned it with washing up liquid, which pains me deep down in my heart, but I'd recently put some hydrophobic sort of product on there, so I wanted to get that off. Of course, washing up liquid is a degreaser, so it'll do that job exactly. And then we've got some isopropyl alcohol, which is just to the right of me here, and that's essentially a panel wipe. So the panels that I'm going to be working on, I'll wipe them down, get all the residue off, and then lay the vinyl down to ensure it sticks and sticks properly. I'm going to turn the camera around. I might do a couple of more time lapses, I'm not sure. I'd be quite keen to have a look at it myself anyway, and we're just going to get on with cutting. Okay, so we've finished up cutting the vinyl. I've left 2 rolls, so 2 meters. There's a meter of white just here. There's a meter of black just in the house over there. And the reason why I've done that is I want to see how much of the car we can get covered with the parts we've got. So 10 meters of this wrap actually cost me 125 quid. That was including 2 1 litre bottles of isopropyl alcohol and next day delivery. So if you think about how much a wrap actually costs, well, normally in the region of 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 pound, depending on the style, how much of it you want wrapping, and also the type of material you're getting at. It's actually a very good deal. So I've got a couple of bits here which I'm just going to pick up. So these are the sort of types of shapes that we're going for. So camo style, like you see in the army, like on COD. There are quite a few sort of more aesthetic ones, such as the squares and triangles. I don't know if you guys have seen Lord Alim's Lamborghini Urus, but I was watching that video the other day. It looked really nice, to be fair, but I didn't have enough wrap. I didn't have enough time to be able to do it. Of course, he had all pinstriping everywhere and things like that, but that was an incredible job. So I've actually got a huge pile here. There's another huge pile in the house. What I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to tidy up in here, because as you can imagine, with 8 meters of wrap and I'm cutting out shapes, there's stuff absolutely everywhere. I did actually just film this part here, but my camera was sort of focusing in and out because there's a light source just there, and I wanted it to look good for you guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in, have a coffee, have a bit of a break, because over the last couple of days I've done a hell of a lot of work to get this sorted. I didn't want this video to be too long, because I think it was Thursday night I was drawing all the shapes out. Last night I was doing this from 7 till 11:15, and today I've been doing it from 11 o'clock until about 2 o'clock, which is what time it is now. So the sun's come out. It seems to be a little less windy than what it was earlier on. So as I say, I'm going to tidy all of this up. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to wrap this video up here. Get it? Because I didn't want this video to be too long. I don't want to put out 35-40 minute videos which you guys aren't going to watch. So we'll split this off here and then carry on with the wrapping in a separate one. But if you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like it, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with other people in lockdown, because at the end of the day, we need to keep ourselves busy as long as this is going on. Subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed it. Keep tuned for the next one. But as always, I'll speak to you guys soon.